Hey everyone, it is Joshua Gunnett here, back again. I know it's been a little while, I've been a bit busy in my life, but I've come here to effectively, I suppose, tie up potentially some curious watchers in what exactly is the damage system for, since I've been showing off a few videos of version 5 and, well, 5.5 that's been in the background. But what is it all for? What's it go towards? I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but effectively it all goes towards my group that I'm a part of, where we do somewhat regular, I'd say bi-monthly in a way, bi-monthly robot combat competitions on the Roblox game system. And it's terribly fun. It's going on for years, and I'm one of the leading members there. And effectively, the damage system is my invention to the group. That effectively, because for a long while we haven't been utilizing the damage at all. It's all just been non-damage, sort of flippers, pushing, ramming. It's all about tossing people high up into the air, slap competitions in a way. It's not really as, I suppose, quote-unquote realistic as what the damage system is meant to offer. And right now, I'd like to show you effectively my competition, or my damage competition that happened recently, known as KIllbots. Pretty simple name, but it's not about the name. It's about everything that goes into it, and a lot about 76, I think it was 76, 78 robots entered. It was terribly good fun, and right now, this is effectively the arena that I want to sort of show off. Don't mind this is one of the competitors, the J, based on, of course, the meme. The arena is currently facing some refurbishments, of course. It did look worse, I wouldn't say worse than this. It was not. It was the gutters here that are on either side weren't as good looking as they were before. And effectively, what I want to do here is I just want to sort of show off the mechanical works of this arena, as well as, I suppose, the modelling that I've gone into it with that I've been provided with the Roblox engine tools. So without further ado, I'll sort of give you a little look around as to the arena here. Generally, in terms of its theme, I wanted to go for I suppose a sci-fi kind of deal, because initially in season 3, the competition was very much, I suppose, sort of dystopian in its look. But I wanted to go for sort of this one. I want to go for much more of a sci-fi kind of sort of cyberpunkish, gritty, sleek but gritty kind of look to the whole competition. Like, everything just looks quite smooth here, as you can see. But also have that, I suppose, like caution line kind of thing that I've got here. And yeah, the entire arena, in technically speaking, it is a let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, it's like an octagonal shape. It's octagonal. I can't believe it. I don't know what an octagon is. Effectively, yeah, it's an octagon. But if you look at it from here, it looks kind of like a square. But yeah, it's, I want to go for this kind of design because effectively a full square kind of design for an arena is not as good, because then you've got corners and you can pin people into corners. Not as good. But I felt like having a sort of having no kind of like proper right angle 90 or acute angle corner makes it a lot harder to pin someone someplace. I mean, they can still slam you into walls and everything like that, but that's the idea is to like have them not be stuck in one place and encourage people to sort of bring them over really towards the gutters area, which I also bring attention to now. The gutters, they're improved now in terms of design, because initially they used to be like this whole top path where you could dump robots onto, and the idea behind the gutters is that if you tossed a robot into the gutter, effectively they only have either 10 seconds to get out, or they'd be eliminated and they lose. What I want to do now is I basically took off the roof of the gutter to make it much easier for robots to be thrown into the gutter, and wanted to add in sort of hazards into each gutter to make it much more of an incentive to get out I've also made it a lot easier to get out of for this iteration of the gutter, because effectively it used to be a lot harder. It used to be just like a brick here that prevented people that made it hard for people to just slam them in, but it also made it quite difficult to get out. And only robots that really had a high ground clearance, like, you know, the J, can only really get out, because if your robot is as low as the ground and is just scraping it, you're not going to be able to get out as easy with the gutter. And I feel like that's what I want to sort of do with the gutter in a way as well, just have it be sort of like a ground clearance punisher. So robots that play the ground game are a lot more handicapped when it comes to escaping as to those that choose not to play the ground game. In this, of course, you've got the what I like to call the barbers, sort of like a little barbershop drums that are meant to sort of throw you around or drag you in if you end up getting tossed in the right area. Not nice. Not ideal. They do about 5 damage per hit. That's the intention for the season 5, because season 4 passed. And what this sort of hitbox is meant to do, so the barber gutter, it's got a script in it effectively that, and I'll do my best to sort of demonstrate it if it worked for me, where you as soon as you go into this sort of area, there's an individual hitbox that looks for a specific part on your robot. Ideally the velocity checker, I think I've shown that in the previous videos. Once the velocity checker, or I think another part, is inside the robot, since the velocity checker is meant to be in the middle, it will flash red. The light here will flash red. Pardon me. And it will also make a klaxon noise, letting builders, drivers, and everyone else watching knowing that at least 50% of the robot is now inside of the gutter, and the count out will begin, because that's when the count out is supposed to begin, when 50% of the robot is inside. Also got the joint breaker buttons on here. This is here for those that, and I'll show the I suppose the main operation area. This is here for those that want to operate it, to sort of just turn it off and on. Turning it on will, of course, create a klaxon noise, so everyone knows the joint breakers are turned on. It's quite ideal. And a lot of the decals in this arena, including the logo and the gutter itself, have all been made by me. I do kind of show off a bit in the on my website, if you want to check that out, see what little stuff I do, since yeah, it's quite it's somewhat it's regularly updated, so keep an eye on that. And yeah, I wanted to just sort of show off the sort of the inside of the arena, sort of the little interior. This sort of the exterior of the arena. These sort of flame torches that activate when coming up. Of course, the robots enter in through these areas. I suppose these garages, and they await to go inside and drive in. So yeah, I suppose I will waffle on a little bit more. I want to show off the coding. Yeah, let's show off the coding that I've done into the system, and effectively show you all the fun little bits that you gotta look forward to. Yes. One thing to note, of course, is I do utilize the... Oh, sorry about that. Bar that diversion. But yeah, effectively, I do utilize the Doom soundtrack, or the Doom Eternal soundtrack for this, is because with this kind of theme, the whole robots battling each other to death in a sci-fi-esque arena, it's quite befitting, I think, to have the Doom Eternal soundtrack. Of course, I don't claim it. Check out Mick Gordon, fantastic artist, but his music is fab, and I'm sort of borrowing it for this kind of showcase, I suppose, since it's really cool to have going on. So yeah, here's the whole match control. It's all button system. You also got the timer control, something I have coded myself as well. I'll show that off as we get into the match. So what I'll do is I'll show you sort of the step-by-step guide on how a match is sort of activated and started in this competition with the coding that I've done. So, without further ado, let's open the doors. I have arena camera system as well. I made it myself. So yeah, you see a little smoke, particle effects, activate. Then the flames. I'm very proud of the flames. Dramatic lobby music goes on. Ideally, want the I haven't set up the gutters yet, but ideally the gutters, what they would do, the drums will activate, will spin up upon the start of the match. Yeah. What will happen, of course, is that both robots will drive in through the smoke, kind of very wrestling-esque, I suppose, in the intros here. Very dramatic. I quite like that. If you can look in here, you've also got the spinning lights. They used to have like the lights used to be spinning instead of them being like a solid point light, but because I have someone with epilepsy in the competition, I had to make it a solid light. Otherwise, I might have killed them. Oh dear. But yeah, effectively, yeah, the lights in the arena are also dimmed down in a 4 loop, and then the lights, of course, come on for each square if there's one robot in each square. Then we have sort of the dramatic doom music. As effectively what I'll do is in this bit I would explain the rules of combat. I then ask if everyone is ready, make sure everything's fine, and once everyone is more or less prepared, we hit start match. Lights come off. Ideally everything would be black, but lighting is of course weird in the system, in the Roblox Studio system. Lights immediately come back on. Music is randomly selected from a list of 10 based on my math.random. I believe it's 10 at the moment. Yeah, I'll always check later. The timer comes on at the top in a bar for everyone to read, and timers also appear, as you can see, on the billboards outside, just in case people don't know what the time is if they are ignoring what's on the top of their screen. And of course, the timer it's automatically set to 3 minutes. But just in case you want, you have to pause the match if, for whatever reason. Hit stop timer. Timer paused. Everything's all good. Faff about a bit. Just in case you want to make up for lost time, if a robot's glitched or something, just add 10 seconds, or remove 10 seconds, or add a minute. Remove a few minutes, add a few seconds. We'll remove a few seconds. Then start timer again. You're good. Very simple stuff, very cool stuff. It's all ideal for what we want to go for in this system. Yeah. Effectively, what will happen is that the joint breaker system will also automatically turn on upon start match. The joint breaker control is sometimes there for the sake of brevity, just in case you need to turn it off for glitches. It's just a redundancy thing. And yeah, match will also turn off. Lights also flash red and stay red for a bit, and then they'll change over. I know lighting's a bit weird in this system, but that's how it is. And then, of course, the lighting comes back on. Everyone goes back into the arena to inspect the damage of what goes on. And, yeah. Once all that's said and done, once everything's sort of inspected, everything's all good, hit the reset button. Everything's back to normal. And the loop can continue once again. Very fab stuff. I think I don't know if you also noticed in the video as well, but the lights here along the walls also do, I suppose, is it the word oscillate or flicker? Yeah, they do flicker. I suppose oscillate, whatever it is. But they alternate. That's the word. To have sort of an effect of, like, you know, the lights sort of going around the arena in sort of like an escalator kind of fashion. This door is also, this door is there for the sake of those that, because sometimes I have to make this server public for the unwantables. I suppose if the way that it works is it keeps out people that I don't want inside of the sort of game control area. So if a individual that already, I suppose, the unwantable ends up getting up to the top and getting into this bit, they will not be able to do anything because they can't grab it. Like I was like, this is meant to sort of keep them now, and it will kill them upon touching them or touching any unwantable if they try to get in. It's quite good. And I have a list of names, of course, set up in a list, in a string list. That, of course, upon colliding, you check to see if your name matches up with what's in the list. Turns on. It's all good. I also copy and pasted it and placed an invisible one on the floor here, just in case someone managed to glitch inside. So jump back down to the arena right now. Yeah, I do intend to sort of play around with the particle effects here. You can also see at the bottom now, of course, in the output, that there are some errors coming up for the full damage system. I will say, fun thing for a future video, little sneak peek. Joint Breaker 6 coming out quite soon. It's I hope to create a demonstration video of version 6 and how it's going to work. And what I'm doing right now is I've actually set up the full damage and wall damage of version 6 in the system. So let me show it off a little bit. Because what it does now is that version 6 will run entirely on mass. So if a part's mass is lighter, it will have less health, or it will be classed as a weak part. And if a part has greater mass than a certain point, it will class as a strong part, and the Goldilocks zone, I suppose, the parts in between, will count as just regular parts. So I'll sort of show off the wall damage here. As you can see, you drive fast enough, ram, damage. Ram into the wall, damage. And of course, the faster you go, the more damage you take, because it's all based upon the velocity of the part. Well, not part of the robot. But as well, I suppose it is all the velocity is based on the part because it's tracked by a part itself. Yeah, and you know, the faster you ram against the wall, the more damage you'll be taking. Very fun stuff. So yeah, that is effectively the KIllbots Arena, the competition. A little thing I wanted to show off, of course, for those that are interested. I do intend potentially to post a video about KIllbots 5, also as a demonstration of like an actual match happening to show you what it's like within combat. Yeah, this is effectively what I suppose I've been doing over the years. I suppose sort of keeping myself busy, running competitions and coding all sorts of little bits. I intend to mess about a bit more and of course show version 6 as soon as possible. Thank you for checking out my video. I have been Joshua Gunnett. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later.